Thank you guys for joining another episode of the Q Chat podcast. And today I have a very special guest, and this is Miss Brandii. I'm going to let her introduce herself. I want to just read off the beautiful list of things that she does. On IG, she is listed as the Gorgeous Warrior, and she's a soul success coach, and she's leading women to wealth, miracles, divine connections, and unlimited happiness through spirit, strategy, mindset, and embodiment. So I'm very excited to talk to her because you guys know I'm very big on just having a positive mindset. So how are you doing today, Miss Brandii?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I really appreciate it. So excited.
Me too. So I know I read off the list, of things about you, but in
Yeah.
your terms, let's give all the listeners and the viewers, of course, because this will be on YouTube, just give them a good your background.
Oh, yes. Where do I start? So I am on Instagram, it's Soul Success Coach is the way I title myself. Spiritual life and success coach. And how did this all begin? Where did it start? Um, my actual spiritual journey took me down this path of self-discovery. And along that journey, as I was going along that journey, I discovered that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to help other women uncover their soul's purpose as well. So I found someone that I said, okay, God, because I talk God a lot, just to let you know. I said, God, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to coach. I want to write a book. And I want to empower women. Like, these are the things that I want to do. I want to speak, I want to write, and I want to empower. And I want to coach. What is it? What can I do? And so I tried to find other people that had those same qualities, right? Because that's what we tend to do. I'm like, well, let me see if there's anyone that's doing these particular things, because there's something I truly enjoy, and that is bringing happiness to other people. Like, when I show up, when I'm at work, and I show up somewhere, people are like, oh, you are just a ray of sunshine. And I don't purposely do it, and I'm not trying to be, that's just who I am as a person. And so I told my husband, I said, man, wouldn't it be nice if I could bring that same energy to the internet, versus me walking around in the world, and just bring that same exact energy into the world. And he's like, yeah, that sounds good, but what are you going to do? You can't sell happiness. And I was like, well, I don't know. You're right. Like, how do you even talk about happiness? How do you transition that into something that you're going to do on a daily basis, right? Like, how do you sell happiness? So I found Gabrielle Bernstein. And are you familiar with Gabrielle Bernstein?
No, I love to hear about her.
Okay, so she is, oh my God, I wouldn't even consider her a coach, but she's written several books. You have to Google her, and she's like a spiritual teacher. She's a spiritual teacher, and she helps you to develop your personal spiritual relationship of your own understanding. And she uses all these tools and meditation and all this good stuff. And so anyways, I saw like she's on the internet, and I'm like, dang, she's selling happiness, like she is promoting happiness. She is the epitome, of what happiness is. And if God gave me this gift, I want to be able to give this gift of happiness and abundance, and, to bring the beauty and the joy into the world, because we're lacking these things, right? I feel like the world is lacking these things. And so what I did, I found her doing the thing, and I'm like, well, if there's one person that's doing this, then I know I have a shot. I don't even care if there's 10 people, it doesn't matter. If there's one person that is promoting, that is spiritually, promoting God and talking about angels and talking about spirituality and helping women empower them, and she's doing all these things, then I can do it too. So what I did, I went and I joined her course. She has like an online course. And then I actually got certified through her training. She has a second certification. So I got certified through her training. I also have a certification in coaching as well. So it's kind of how my journey began. into the spiritual world because I've always been super, super spiritual at a very, very young age. And I've always known and felt that there was more to life. There was more than what meets the eye, right? I believe in angels. I believe in spirit guides. I believe in, manifestation. Definitely, I believe in God, and so I take it just a bit further than saying, hey, I have faith. I have tools. We have programs and stuff to get you not just having faith, because faith is extremely important, but to actually put the works behind the faith. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh,
so
wow.
when you put the works behind the faith and you work on yourself, basically developing that deeper personal spiritual relationship of your own understanding, because you and I may not have the same beliefs, right? We may not have the same beliefs. Some people have different beliefs, but they know that there is a higher power. I think that most people in the world can agree that there is a higher power. But when you develop that intuitiveness, your intuition, and the Holy Spirit, when you connect deeply to the Holy Spirit, when you connect deeply to your intuition, you are able to do miraculous things. So I've been manifesting. Oh my God. I don't even know how long. I mean, I've been manifesting since I was a teenager. And I learned that I've been manifesting since I was a teenager when I learned what manifesting actually was. I've been bringing things into my present, into my life. And I was doing all the things to bring these things into my life that I didn't realize it was manifesting until I took all these courses and I learned all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I've been doing that for like so long. So I want to teach the world how to do those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for people who are listening, and like I said, who will watch as well, I know you mentioned manifestation, and the manual I did, actually, the 7 days, 7 daily crown jewels about having a positive mindset. Mondays actually is what I listed as manifestation Monday. So I would like you to give your definition, though, because some people may be listening like, okay, well, what are you guys talking about? Like, what do you mean by manifestation? So break it down, your premise of manifestation.
Manifestation is bringing your desires, your dreams, your aspirations to life. So a lot of times we have, wait, hold on. There, that, can you see me? Because my thing is still doing like waiting.
No, I can see you.
Can you, is it okay? Because I don't
Yeah, I
see
can
you
see
at
you
all.
perfectly. Oh, wow. I can see you perfectly.
So okay. So I guess we're okay, right? Because I can't see you at all. I just wanted to tell you, like, it's just saying waiting.
Yeah, that's like, I can see you perfectly.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I'm like, girl, we don't get to the end of this and be like, it didn't work.
Oh, no, I can see you.
Okay, perfect. So manifestation. Oh, I just love it so much. It is a step above having faith. And what I mean by that is, we say, okay, well, I have faith. How is it going to work out? I'm not sure. I just believe in God that it is going to work out. With manifesting, what you do is you prepare for the thing and you act as though it already is. Same as faith, right? Because faith is like believing in something as though it already exists. But you are embodying the emotion. You are literally believing that thing is already there. And you are preparing your vessel to receive the thing or the desire that you have. You are basically becoming it. So, for example, if you're you want a relationship, or you want a better relationship, how about that? Say, hey, I want a better relationship with my husband. I want a better relationship with whomever. I want a better relationship. Well, you could say, okay, God, I am believing that I am going to have this better relationship. Right? I'm having faith. I know it's going to happen. I believe it. But with manifesting, you become it. You become the thing that you are trying to manifest. you call it into existence. So if I want my husband to be more caring, to be more loving, to pay more attention to me, then I have to start doing those things. I have to become those things as well. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So in order for me to manifest these things, I have to get myself in line. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It starts within. Okay. So it starts within me to come up with the, whatever the plan is, like, this is what I'm going to do. It starts on the inside of me. So whether that be, I need to forgive someone for something because it's causing me to have all of these blocks, that where I'm being prevented from moving a certain direction, whether it be I need to release some negative energy that I'm holding against my neighbor because she threw something in my yard. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, right? But I'm holding this anger, and I have these my chakras. Okay, chakras. That's another thing. But I have my energy is all bottled up and it's all discombobulated, right? It's kind of got like knots in it. So I have to separate those things. I have to break it down. I have to how do you say that? I have to bust through those blocks in order to properly flow. And in order for things that I want to come to me, to be manifested to me, I need to remove those blocks so that I am clear and able to receive. Because when I am clear and I'm able to receive those things, the things that I am now becoming are now attracted to me. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I feel like what you said, manifestation, like you're willing it to happen. Like I'm claiming it. Because, a lot of people throw around that term, I'm going to claim it. But no, manifestation is just that. Like you're claiming it into existence. This is going to happen. It's not a matter of
going
if.
to happen.
Right. It's going to happen. I am going to be in preparation for when that time, the date it happens, but I'm willing into existence. I'm willing that abundance. So that's definitely what manifestation is. And I know you mentioned chakras. So break that down too, because I talk about energy a lot, not just on this show, but just in my personal life. I mention that a lot to people. I'm very careful about my energy, literally. I'm careful about what's around me, because energy is something that I don't think people really think about it as deeply as they should. Our energy defines our life. It defines our actions. It controls our day, our thoughts, our actions. The energy that we pour into ourselves and the energy we allow around us really can make or break us. So I'm really huge on energy. So break down what you mentioned about chakras, because like I said, energy means a lot to me. Like it's super important.
It is beyond super important. Just what you said. It is. You remember, and I don't know if because you're from Louisiana, right?
Yes.
Okay, and people would say, "Oh, girl, my nerves are bad. Oh, I got bad nerves. Oh, she got bad nerves." No, honey, you don't have bad nerves. Your energy is off. That's what it is. It's simple. We are energetic beings. And so we have 7 energy, what do you want to call it? We, in the yoga world, which they call it chakras. And then when you say that in Christianity, people like, what the hell are chakras? So you kind of could people would turn the channel, if you say chakras, but they're energy centers. You have 7 energy centers, and those energy centers could be blocked. So I'll just tell you, like, say about one, which is your root chakra, which sits right at the base of your pelvic bone. And it's right at the bottom. It actually is to help you with grounding yourself. If your root chakra is off, you may feel like you don't have enough. You may feel like, oh, the money, like I'm going to lose my job. You just feel unstable. You just feel unbalanced. You're just like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just off. Maybe I'm going to lose my job. I feel like you just don't have enough. Like you're always just trying to catch up. You don't have enough. All right. So to balance your root chakra, there's many things that you can do to balance your root chakra, but your root chakra is so important because it is how you are grounded, how you are rooted in life. So if your root chakra is off, we're in trouble. You are in
Yes.
trouble. So those are things that we have to address, like the chakra. I talk about the third eye chakra, and I had a girlfriend say, yeah, girl, I heard you talking about that. I don't know anything about that. I can't even talk about. I was like, listen, the third eye chakra is basically just your intuition. There's your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is basically, it can be overactive, which a lot of us have very overactive throat chakras because we feel like we can just pop off and say whatever we want to say when we want to say it. That's an overactive throat chakra. Some people have an underactive throat chakra. And basically, it's just the polar opposite. It's when somebody don't speak up enough. They can't speak up for themselves. And you will find a lot of people that have throat problems. They have a throat chakra issue. Okay. Now, the third eye, we'll go back to this because don't tune out. We're talking about third eye, but it is the intuition. It's your intuition.
When you said it, I knew exactly what you meant. It's the intuition. So
That's
I'm
it.
waiting to hear this.
Yeah, it's all that is just the simplest way to say it. It is your intuition. God gave us all intuition. If you think about an animal, first of all, think about a dog, right? You can put a dog in a room of people, and that dog will gravitate towards a certain person, and he will run from another person or try to bite another person, right? That dog has intuitive instincts. He knows or she knows that person because dogs, we live in a 2D dimension. Dogs can see things differently than what we can actually see as humans. And that dog knows how to use its intuition. Now, that same intuition that dog has, we have it too. But what happens is our conscious mind starts to tell us that's not what you think you saw. You try to debunk the situation. You try to say, no, you think that's what it is, but actually it's this and it's not that. But we have to learn, and that's a part of my coaching, is connecting to your I'm not gonna say the third eye, but connecting to your intuition. Being able to hear and being able to decipher the things that's coming from God. Because your intuition is not you connecting. People like, oh, I heard that you're not supposed to could do nothing with the third eye because that's connected to the devil and this and that. Baby, listen, if God gave it to you, listen really good. If this is anything can be used for bad, anything can be used for bad. But if you have the ability to tap into your intuition and have the spirit of discernment over everything in your life, and when you walk into a situation, you know what to say and how to do because you're being guided by your intuition, by the Holy Spirit, and you can hear from them. Why wouldn't you want to increase that? Why wouldn't that be something that's important to you? You don't have to go to your friends and ask them for advice. Girl, we have the ability to do this ourselves. We are powerful. We are such powerful beings. And so this stuff just makes me, I can go on and on and on and on, but we are powerful. We are magical. We are truly magical. Okay. We can do so many things, not just with our minds. Okay. So our brains, right? Listen to this. Our conscience. You and I are sitting here talking. You see how I move my hands? I do that. That's my subconscious. I'm not even aware of when I'm going to move my hands. I do it all the time. So it's something innate. It's something in me that I do all the time. Right now, we are consciously having a conversation. You and I are having a conversation, right? We are conscious. We know you kind of have an idea of the question you're going to ask me. That is only, I think our conscious mind is only like 5%. It may be even 10. I'm going to give it 10% of our thoughts, your conscious mind. Most of the thoughts and the way you change your life happens in your subconscious mind. The things like getting on a bike, things that you can drive and not even, you can get behind a car and do multiple things because it's happening from your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? So it's so deep. So we teach, I teach about all of this stuff all of these different things about who we are and what our lives, consist of based on consciousness and unconsciousness, and being able to listen to certain things to change your subconscious, the subliminal messages and all that stuff to change your subconscious mind so that you can live the life that you desire.
Wow.
Because a lot of times we have blocks in those areas.
That is like super powerful what you said. It's just amazing because it confirms everything that I try to tell people too.
Girl,
Just
yes.
about energies and
Ooh.
intuition. I just did a post last week about certain situations, people, relationships, even some certain jobs has an expiration date. And sometimes we stress ourselves as humans because we're trying to hold on and linger to something that has already expired.
Yes.
Going back to what you said about intuition, and I said this in a past recording that's actually being released, that a lot of times, when something fails, like I said, as human beings, we like to analyze, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We because we want to control everything. So sometimes when something doesn't work, we tend to go back and we pick things apart. And a lot of times, even a relationship, for example, let's say something has ended. And a lot of times when we go back and we think, oh, well, you know what? That red flag was actually on date number 1, or at least number 2. And we knew it, but we didn't follow that intuition.
That's right.
Or even past intuition, energy. Have you ever been in certain situations where you just don't physically feel right when it's around you? Or if you think about something, like it literally affects you physically. It's because the energy is off. And energy ties with intuition. You're feeling something that could be evil, or just something that's just shouldn't be around you, or just shouldn't be near your spirit. So when people throw out, and I say it a lot, protect your energy, it is not just the same. You have to protect your energy like it is a fragile piece of glass. Okay, you have to protect your energy, because the things that we can allow around us, I'm telling you, it will make or break us. On the flip side, just like there are certain situations where you just instantly feel happiness. And that's things you have to keep around, or certain habits that just give you joy. And that's also what I tell people too about on the entrepreneur side. I'm like, some people hold on to jobs that are physically making them sick, but once they follow that dream, it's just like a kid riding a bike, a fish swimming in water, because that's where you belong. So energies, intuitions, the third eye, which of course is intuition, it all ties together, and it all leads to purpose.
It all leads to purpose. And I'm like, listen, I have a free guided meditation. I'm like, just download the meditation, because a lot of people, they, like my clients, they may have never meditated before. Like, this is new. They're like, what is this girl talking about? And it's like, just try it. Because when in the stillness of the meditation, it's not really the actual words of the meditation. It's just you being able to sit still long enough to go deep, to go into your subconscious. Because remember, your subconscious is where everything changes. It's where you can change, and whatever it is that you want in life, that's where you do the work, in your subconscious. And so that's why meditation is important. Now, some people may not like to sit in stillness, but even taking a walk outside, just that peace, that with nothing, just you put your phone in your pockets, walking around. You can listen to a meditation, like a walking meditation while you're actually out, but paying attention to the trees and the birds and the sky. Like, it's so deep. It's so deep because we are actual, and I say this all the time, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So we're spiritual beings having this human experience in this world, but yet we put the humanness before the spiritual work. And that's why I say, listen, I'm a soul coach, because you go to the gym, you work out, right? You get a coach, you get a workout coach, you get different areas of your life. Your football, you get a coach. You're playing baseball, you get a coach. Your dance, you get a coach. There's a coach for everything and for everybody. But there's the most important coach is for your soul, because the soul is the only thing that is eternal. Your body is here temporarily. So we work on it. Yes, we have to work on it because it's the vessel that houses our eternal soul, right? But your soul is it is so important to figure it out and to work on it and to see, man, what is it? What am I here to do? What is it here? What is its purpose here at this time on earth, right? Earth in the world has been around for so many decades of of time, but your soul is the only thing that's eternal. I just think that's just so like, just think about that. Your soul is eternal. So that's the thing we got to work on. We have to work on that in order for the other things to line up appropriately.
Yes. But what you're saying makes so much sense, because this year alone, like, we're in a pandemic, obviously. We all were dealt something that no one had any preparation of. And I think one of the main reminders, if someone could take away something from 2020, I just feel like God, whatever higher power people believe in, this year was to remind us that we truly are not in control. Like humans, we have arrogance as humans. We think we can control everything. But when you take just time, just look at time as an element, like, it's fragile, obviously, when we just put more thought into time. And just like you mentioned, the body literally is just a shell. Like, I've had this conversation with my children. I said, it's amazing when you think of someone who's passed away, and you see once they're gone, the spirit it's left their body, obviously, and it's just a shell. The body is just a shell. We're all walking around just in vessels, we're just in shells, but the outer, this is nothing, actually, and like you said, and even when I did my 7-day daily crown jewels manual, everyone's big on self-care Sunday. But when I wanted to break down these 7 days, I said, no, Sundays is soul care, caring for your soul, your inner being, because it all ties into everything too. Just like, like I said, I could just jump around when you mention energy.
Me too.
Or, because
I'm over here like,
just because it's on a deeper level, when you're trying to get to a higher plane in a thought process. This year tore some people apart because they couldn't sit with themselves. They didn't know themselves. They could not be alone with themselves.
Correct. That's right. That's right.
And that's when it goes into the soul. Okay, what can I do to fix my soul?
Yes.
Because I talk about self-love a lot, and like I've said a lot, self-love is, if you want to put it on a simple term and say, well, I'm just going to get up today and just say I love myself. No, when I say in every show, every daily post, go love yourself, I'm not, it's not a facetious thing. No, loving yourself means learning yourself, breaking yourself apart, looking at the toxic behaviors that needs to be changed, looking at the people around you and who is giving an actual deposit and who's withdrawing. There's just so many components in just truly valuing yourself and listening to yourself, but making yourself be free. In order to get to a level of peace, you have to take care of your energy. You have to protect it. You have to have that intuition. You have to value your energy. If not, you're just wasting what's inside. Because like I said, the body really just is an outer shell.
It's just outer shell.
Right. Our soul is what's fueling this machine.
That's the deal. That's the deal. Like, that is it. So that is right. I mean, that's my whole thing. You know, my friends are like, I knew you were going to be you were going to be a soul. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've just been, girl, I talk about this my entire life. Like, you know, I'm like, God, I would tell my brother, I'm like, you know, this world is an illusion. This world is not really what you think it is. We're here. We're only here temporarily. And it's like, this is not the real world. Like, we're in the world, but we're not of this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here to do a job. We're here to do something. When you come here, everyone has a purpose. Every soul has a purpose. Now, sometimes some souls don't complete their purpose. You know, I posted a prayer today, I think today, and it said, or maybe yesterday, dear God, please help me to fulfill the destiny, whatever it is you have for me, right? Like, whatever it is that you want me to do here on earth, please let me live to do it. Because we all have it. We all have something. And it's not just one thing, because you hear people say, oh, let me help you find your soul's purpose. Your soul's purpose could be many things. Your soul has many jobs to do. The key to it is being able to hear and to listen each step of the way, to know where to go next. I'm telling you, just to know where to go next. And I promise you this, if people, you know, you ladies are listening, guys, just start with a brief meditation. He talks about meditation throughout the Bible. And like you said, it may be, you know, you may not even believe in God, or, you know, whomever it is that you believe, your higher power, but meditate. And all meditation, I'm going back to it just gets you still to be able to hear and to debunk all the clutter that our brain is bringing forth. Because there's a lot of things that you're thinking, but you're not thinking the thoughts. But we can go into that a whole nother, Deepak Chopra, and that's a whole nother thing. But we're not, the thoughts that come to us are not necessarily our thoughts. They're conditionings. They're things that we've been taught to think or thought to feel. And, you know, you hear people talk about, oh, girl, I don't have any money. Oh, girl, you know, that annoys me.
Oh, yeah.
Because, oh, girl, I don't have it. Oh, girl, I don't know how I'm going to get, oh, you got it because of it. No. That very talk, that lack mentality is why you lack. That is it. That's why you lack. Your thoughts and the way, we are manifesting. We talked about manifesting in the very beginning, right? You're manifesting every day. So we have to be careful with words that we choose. And like you said, when you tell women, go love yourself, that's right. Go love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. Even if you don't love yourself that morning, you tell it, because if you continue to speak it and it comes out of your mouth and it goes into your brain, you start to believe that you love yourself. So you might have to fake it just a little bit until you make it to that point, but it's okay. Start there instead of putting negative things, you know, negative words in your mouth, out of your mouth, to go back into your brain, because you're conditioning yourself to be that. You're manifesting those things for your life.
Self-deprecation. People don't realize what self-deprecation is, like a cancer. And you're right. Just like, you know, and if we want to break out the Bible, there's the power of the tongue. There's life and death on the tongue. And people take that lightly. You know, that's why, you know, I can't have certain people speak negative around me. And I don't mean it, oh, me just saying, I mean, obviously I don't have people around me speaking negative about me, but even though we do tend to have dream killers, like we'll come across people like that. But I mean, on another level, as far as, like you mentioned, I've had experiences where I've been around people who just self-deprecation, they never have anything positive to say about themselves. Just recently, someone who, an acquaintance, I'm no longer an acquaintance with, every time I would say, well, how's your day? Terrible. If you ask them another day, well, how did the day go? It's the worst day of my life. I literally was like, I can't be around this, because I'm like, you're speaking so much negativity. Right. I'm like, you're speaking so much negativity that you don't see anything positively. Right. And it's like, it really is a mindset, and you have to flip the narrative no matter what. That's why, just like the post I did yesterday what you mentioned, and I said, count it all joy. I say that all
Yes.
the time. You have to count
Count it
everything
all
all
joy.
joy, because
Yes.
if not, you will fall into this muck, this an abyss, this swamp of negativity. And to speak that over yourself, terrible. It's just, I just was like, how can you describe your day as it literally just like,
Really?
I can't be around this energy, because it's like,
No.
it's like a dust crop,
Yeah.
like that energy, can mosey its way over to me. And I'm like, I don't
Oh
want
yeah.
that near me,
Mm-mm.
because like you said, I claim abundance.
Yes.
And the definition of abundance, some people wrap that up into material things of money. And yeah, that's great too. But when
All
I mean
that too.
abundance,
Yeah.
I mean peace. Like you said, everything.
Everything.
Wealth, peace, happiness, joy, you name it. That's what
You
I
name
speak
it.
over myself,
Yes.
and I try to speak it over everyone near me. That's why I'm so, just with Go Clean, it's not just, that's why I had to take it to another level when I started the shirts. Like, I have to bring it to another level, because
Mm-hmm.
just putting an affirmation on a tee, I'm like, we got to
Correct.
do more. I got to put the
Yeah.
blog out there to tell people, hey, love yourself. I have to put the podcast out there to tell people. I got to put the IG post out there to tell people, because some people don't
Yeah.
realize that you can have better. They don't
You
realize
can.
you are the greatest. I mean, I got my Muhammad Ali. That's my favorite. I always have
Yeah.
the greatest in my view, because I'm
Yes.
like he said it, he was the greatest, and it's like some people take that as arrogance or cockiness. It's like even the name of
No.
my LLC is actually Queen's Arrogance is the name of my LLC, because it's like
Yeah.
you got to flip things,
Yes.
So some
No,
people
I love
take
it.
arrogance. Right, because some people take arrogance as negativity, but I look at it
No.
like, no, I'm
No.
confident. I'm walking in my walk. I'm
Yes.
walking in my purpose. And even if you're not there yet, you still gotta speak it and own it, because
Yes.
it's
You gotta own
coming.
it, sis.
Yes,
I
it's
agree.
coming. And if you have to have that ing mind frame.
Yep.
If you don't, you're becoming, you're growing, you're living. It's like, if you
Yes.
don't have that ing or that I'm greater, I'm bigger, I'm
Yeah.
better. If you don't think that way, you'll never
Yeah.
have peace. You'll never have happiness.
Nope.
You'll never be able to
Nope.
manifest anything but negativity. And that's the
Yes.
worst way to live. And you
Oh yes.
have to speak it. If you don't speak it,
Yes.
it's just like, if you can't even speak it and have that confidence, how is anyone else going to have it? How is the energy you're
Exactly.
bringing going to be positive? Because you
Yeah.
just spoke negativity already. You've invited it in,
Yep. Sure
and
did.
it's like a crop dust. It's around everyone near you now,
Surrounds
because
everybody around.
you've claimed,
Yeah.
oh, it's terrible, it's awful, worst day. It's like, okay, like,
That's a
what do
bit
you
much.
expect?
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
what?
oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
There
what do
was
you want
one
for
good thing
yourself?
that happened today.
Right, like, you're breathing, you
Yeah.
made it, you're COVID
Correct.
free. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many things that we can list now, especially, and that's the
I
thing, I
agree.
feel like, especially in 2020,
Oh
if you
God, yes.
can't count something all
You
joy,
gotta count something joy. Yes,
right, you
it's so
have
much.
to. And I even took it to another level in the past conversation I had, even, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously this has been a year of loss, but I know people who've lost parents and everything. And I claimed it last week. I said, but my thing is, they still made it, as
Yeah.
far as the people that experienced the loss.
Yes.
So every single one of us that's right now, when they're going to tune into this or watch it, you still have reasons to count everything all joy. Even if you
Count
lost
it
your
all joy.
job, even if you lost a loved one, you still made it. You still have a sound mind.
Yes.
So that's enough to count it all joy. A lot of us that went through things this year in particular that we thought would destroy us and we never thought would be imaginable, but we're still here. So that's the joy
Yes.
that I take it. Like, you still got to count it all joy. We're still here. So that's the reason to get excited.
Yes.
We can make it. We can make it through this. We can make it through anything. So
Nope.
I just find a way. Like, I just feel like it's just important to still find something to be happy about. Something
Yes.
to be excited about. Because if not, you will fall into that trap of negativity. And it's like, I'm just like a person like, not on my watch. I don't do self-deprecation.
Yes. Nope.
It's just a terrible mindset.
No, I agree with you, honey. I agree with everything you're saying.
It's an awful
Totally.
mindset.
Yes,
So
I agree.
with your life, and like I said, you have like such a brightness about you. And I
Oh,
know you said that you had that spirituality really at a young age.
yeah.
Just my God, like how did you get to this point though? You know, have you ever had any moments in life where you still were kind of like in a work in progress where you may not have been
Oh
as
God.
bright as you are now? Like, how did you get from that stage to where you are now? Because, like I said, you have such a wonderful confidence with
Girl.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just saying it, like you walk the walk, you talk the talk, you know, like how did you get there?
Sister, let me tell you, it wasn't easy.
Mm,
And it wasn't planned. It wasn't
mm-hmm,
easy and it wasn't
mm-hmm,
planned. I'm not gonna
mm-hmm,
lie to you.
mm-hmm,
Um, I am, well, I'm gonna say I am a work in progress. I am a work in progress. But the
mm-hmm,
person you see is who I am. Like I have this, you know, I have so much energy
mm-hmm,
and I smile all the time. And I can remember people saying, "Oh, she smiles, she's fake." You know, that's fake. That's not, but it is real. Like I do have problems, you know, I have problems just like everyone else, but I don't choose to wear them. I don't choose to take them with me. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? So my prayer every day for myself is, God, please keep me uplifted so I can help uplift others. I say
mm-hmm,
that every day. And so it's not that I'm not going through things. Like when I walk outside of my house and I walk into work, or if I walk in, you know, and I talk in, you know, with a client, I don't take my stuff with me, right? I don't take it with
mm-hmm,
me. So me becoming, and I am still becoming,
mm-hmm,
my path was being able to hear from God.
mm-hmm,
I heard and I got the nudge back in, oh God, this may have been about 6 years ago, honestly.
mm-hmm,
And I'm crazy about, like, I'm always like I'm jumping around, and I'll praise God when things are bad. Like I do
mm-hmm.
these, you know, real crazy things. And so one day I was doing my little crazy, I was singing hallelujah, just dancing around in the bathroom. And I was just thanking him, like, thank you for my job. Thank you for my kids. You know, I'm just being goofy because I be
Mhm,
goofy. I have a lot of fun. If
mhm,
it's just me in the
mhm,
bathroom, right? And I'm just doing all this thing and I'm bopping around, like, yes, Lord, hallelujah, and I'm bopping around. And so as I calmed down, I heard, I heard, and when people say you hear from God or you hear, it's not a big voice. I just heard something say, there's more.
mhm,
There's more. Because I was
mhm,
thanking him. I was listing everything. I was in so much gratitude and I was so hyped up. And said, there's more. Well, this was 6 years ago,
mhm,
right? I started writing a book 6 years ago. And when I tell you my life went to hell, I mean,
mhm,
like, my relationship was horrible. My
mhm,
marriage was terrible. I mean, life
mhm,
was horrific,
mhm,
right? 6 years ago.
mhm,
I got that call though, but the devil or something, adversity came, and I left everything alone and I stopped.
mhm,
Well, guess what? 2 years ago, I got it again. Brandii,
mhm,
you're not done. And I said, okay, you know, and this is what I got it this time. I said, I heard you and I got it. I'm not gonna stop. So my life was like, girl, when I tell you terrible, I'll just kind of give you a background even
mhm,
prior to that. So I have a 20-year-old daughter. I had her when I was 20.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
I had
mhm,
her when I was 20. I was pregnant at the age of 19 in a very abusive, terrible, terrible relationship.
mhm,
Um, and my life just, I never gave up on life. Like it was like people on the outside thought it was like the worst thing in the world, you know, like this girl isn't this, you know, but I was like, it's okay. In
mhm,
my mind, I knew I would be okay. I just knew
mhm,
that God would carry me through. And he did
Yes.
that. He continued to just, one thing went from one thing to the next. And he gave, girl, I have manifested so many things. My house, my car, and my children, my job, like miraculously. Like I
Mm-hmm.
literally can, like, I'll think of something and it happens. And I'm not just
Mm-hmm.
telling this to you, but that's the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I want to help other people do, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my life wasn't, like right now I'm still, becoming. So I'm not gonna say my
Mm-hmm.
life is perfect right now, but I'm still becoming. But I got the call again about 2 years ago. And he said, Brandii, you're still not done. And I said, okay. That's when I said, I got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what do you want me to do? From that day, he told me, this is, this, you're not done. I've listened, I write. And not only do I write, girl, I speak to angels
Mm-hmm.
and spirit guides. I don't know if you ever
Mm-hmm.
heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
And some people may think this is like craziness, but listen, in the Bible, God speaks of angels as well. Angels
Mm-hmm.
exist. We all have
Mm-hmm.
angels. Okay. I'll
Right.
go down another path on that. But I wrote, and basically I was told that I had a job to do. I had more to do. So I continued to be guided every step of the way. And they said, don't worry, we gonna put you in the right place at the right time. And that's what I've been doing. I just been showing up. And when I show up, they help me. Like, and God helps, it's like, okay, now do this next, you do this next. But I couldn't do that if I wasn't connected,
Mm.
because I wouldn't know where to go.
Right.
And so all the things that I'm doing, I'm being guided. I'm being directed. I'm not doing this on my own.
Mm.
Right. So I think that's where it comes from. It's not me. And I tell you, it's not me. Like I have this challenge that's going on. I mentioned it to you the last time. It's like a 31-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an affirmation challenge. Change your thoughts, change your life. That wasn't me. Like, I got this message, this is what I want you to do. And it was like, okay, do these cards. And then I did the cards. It's like, all right, now do this. And it's like, all right, now you're going to do this. And that's what I've been doing. Now, you mentioned COVID, and I want to tell you this because you said, hey, you look like you got it all, together and all this stuff. So the second time I got that call,
Mm.
my dad died
Mm.
recently. My dad
Mm.
died this year in April. He
Mm.
had COVID.
Uh.
And it was right when I was trying to get into the swing of this, trying to
Mm.
bring, go forth again. You remember I started writing the book and my life
Yeah.
went to hell. And then I started doing this. Then my daddy died.
Mm.
Girl, I
Mm.
was like, I was devastated. I was just broken. I was devastated. I couldn't eat. I don't know. It was so hard. But again, I write and I talk to angels. I really do.
Mm.
And I wrote, but they wrote through me, and they told me that my dad was fine.
Mm.
And they gave me a whole list of things. Your dad is he's fine. He's here, and he's in heaven, but
Mm.
he's meeting with all of his, like his long lost friends, and he's so excited to be here. And I know it was true because I know
Mm.
him. Like, this is another day for another conversation, like, for real.
Mm.
But basically, I lost a big part of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the messages, and I just kept moving forward. I just kept going forward. I just kept moving, just kept moving. It's like, Brandii, you can't stop this time. You got to keep going. So that's where I am today. I'm not doing this for me. This is not about, hey, let me become the blah, blah, blah. No, it's about, let me help as many people as I can. I've been manifesting my entire life. Basically, 15, at the age of 15, such a young age. And I've manifested so many things. And I feel like I've lived a great life, even though other people may say, oh my God, that girl went through some stuff, right? But I never saw it as going through some stuff like that, right? I was
Right.
always positive about it. And I always had a better outlook on it. And so I feel I've come into myself, and I'm like, I want to teach other people how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of broken people. You know, I see a lot of people with misdirection. They don't really know which way to go or what to do. They don't even know, you know, that, you know, what their purpose is or if there's a purpose. And I just want to be that person. I want to help them. I want to help them along their path. Makes sense?
Oh, wow. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to, and I know, like, you know, like you said, you, that's your purpose, leading women to, like you said, to wealth, miracles, divine connections, unlimited happiness, through spirit, strategy, and mindset and embodiment. So, what would you like to say to anyone that's listening who, you know, they've listened to what you said, they listened to what I said, and we have similar stories. Like I went through hell and back. You know, I didn't just wake up one morning and say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to start telling people to go love themselves. No, it went through, you know, it went through me not seeing anything great about myself. It went through me having someone try to destroy my life, actually. You know, I went through so much. So it's not like I just woke up and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to meet awesome women like Brandii, and we're just going to, you know, we're going to tell these stuff to women, you know, because we've never been through stuff. Absolutely not. But let's say there's someone who's going to be listening or watching this episode and they're at that crossroads, because everyone, you know, everyone gets to a crossroads before they get to the next level. And just like you said, we're always in the stage of ing. So we're always going to be hit curveballs. You know, I was hit some curveballs this year. It's always going to happen, especially when you're trying to get to another level. But as far as, let's say there's that person listening right now, they decided to tune in and they're not at that stage of mindset, intuition, energy, like we discussed. What would you say to them to just let them know that, hey, you don't have to stay in that world of self-deprecation or low vibrational energy or just speaking negativity? What would you say to that person that listens right now and they say, well, hey, how can I get to the stage, you know, that you two are discussing? Like, I don't know how to get there. Like, what would you say to that person?
How do you get to this stage, honey? The first thing that you have to do is want to get to this stage. You have to want it. There is a conversation. I could have the best conversation. I can sell you the best package at the best price. But if you don't want it, you're never going to get it. So the first step is, even if you had that little inkling to say, I want to get to that point, congratulate yourself. Thank yourself for even wanting it, because that's your first step in telling the universe that I want better for my life, right? So as long as this is something that you want, you can reach out to a coach. You can reach out, you know, to someone that's empowering, that can help to fill you up, to help you, to guide you. That's what I do. I lead you and I guide you and direct your path and help you to fix your energy and help you to do all the things. I also help women with their businesses as well. But the first step is just wanting it and acknowledging you want it. So when you get off this call, after, and not this call, but when you get after viewing this, you sit down and you say, that's what I want. And then the next step you do is make the decision to find out, how do I get this? Do I hire a coach? Do I go watch some YouTube videos, you know, to figure this out? Like, this is where I want to go. Once you've pinpointed that this is the direction you want to go, you're no longer driving around in circles, sis. You're no longer driving around in circles. You have not necessarily a final destination, but you have a destination. We tend to drive around in circles in our lives. We drive around on the same freeway, going around and around and around on the same freeway. I call it a sleep. I call it, we're driving and we're asleep. We're asleep. We're going around and around. Wake up. Wake up. That's number one. You are not here for the things that you think you're here to do. Your life has power. You have power. You are magic. You are magical. Like you can do anything that you put your mind to. And you think you can't manifest, but you are. Pay attention to the life that's around you and what you have created with your thoughts. Sit down and observe what you've created with your thoughts. You can't blame anybody else. What you have created with your thoughts. If you're unhappy with it, do something about it. Change your thoughts, change your life. Join the challenge. Wow. I think it's so important.
Wow.
So important.
That's amazing. I loved everything that you said. So as I told you before we started recording, I've been ending all, this has been like an energetic conversation, and I just, it's so needed. And I know someone is just going to receive that message, because I can say it over and over till I'm blue in the face, but I love when I have connections like this where I have that confirmation, you know, and certain things you were saying in my mind, I was like, I said it ahead of myself, like something you said, and I said to myself, purpose, then you said it. So that's this confirmation. So like I said, I love when these messages just has that confirmation, because it's not just going to receive, it's not just us, you know, agreeing in agreement. It's people are going to listen, they're going to receive it. So I like to wrap up I'm thrilled. I love this. So, and this is going to be perfect to round out the year. So I always ask my wonderful guests. So I want to ask you, the Gorgeous Warrior, how do you define a queen?
Oh, I like it. A queen. A queen knows who she is. A queen knows her worth. A queen knows she's valuable. A queen makes decisions, boss decisions. She may make decisions that may make people uncomfortable, but she makes decisions for her kingdom, not just for herself. A queen is not afraid to step into her truth. A queen walks in her purpose. A queen is definitely connected intuitively. A queen is fierce. She is fabulous. She is boss, and she is fearless. She's definitely authentic. That's my definition of a queen.
Oh my God, I love it. Oof, the chills down my spine. I want you to tell everyone, I love it. I mean, straighten that crown, sis. I want you to tell everyone how they can find you, how they can find you on social media, all your contact information. I mean, because you offer wonderful services, and you do have your 31-day challenge. Tell everyone how they can find you. And just remind them again, your name, everything. Just tell them how they can find you, Ms. Brandii.
Okay. You guys, you ladies can find me. My name is Brandii. I'm a spiritual life and success coach. On Instagram, I am at Gorgeous Warrior. And the warrior actually stands for Women on a Mission to Achieve Ridiculously Radical Insight on Rediscovering, Reclaiming, and Reevaluating Her Life's Goals. So that's on Instagram is Gorgeous Warrior. On Facebook is Brandii with 2 I's, Lou. You can find me on either one of those. I also have a website. It's www.brandiewith2eyes.co. And I would like to invite you to join my challenge. It's a 31-day affirmation challenge, but it comes with a journal, affirmation deck, and a magical intention candle. 31 days we meet to go over our affirmations. We have yoga, we have workout classes, meditation, sound bowl healing. It is going to be so bomb, and it's going to be for 31 days in January. So change your thoughts, change your life in January. And my website again is www.brandiewith2eyes.co. It was such a pleasure. I hope that you guys have a fantastic night. Miracles and blessings to each and every one of you.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, you know, and if anyone has the time, please make sure you guys go to her IG and catch the former live that Brandii and I had. It was just an
Yes,
amazing conversation.
it was.
Our energies definitely match. I can say that for sure. I'm so happy we connected, and I know someone's going to receive this conversation.
Yes,
I already know it. I feel it. I know it.
me too.
Thank you so
Yes,
much. Like I said, I can't thank you enough. I just thank you for gracing the message and just giving us this energy that's much needed. And women, my queens, this is the conversation you guys need to just feed into your mindset, because I
yes.
can't stress it enough, just having a powerful mindset.
Woo.
And, once again, I do
Thank
end
you.
all the episodes telling everyone to go love yourself. But as I have tried to be more detailed recently, self-love is more than just a cute term. Self-love
Yes.
truly is knowing yourself
Mm,
and just understanding yourself and really breaking down those walls. We all have walked around with some toxic behaviors. We've all walked
yes.
around and done things where we've allowed things in our energy realm that should not have been in it. There's been times we haven't trusted our intuition, but having that self-love also lets you know that, hey, you're worthy and you're intelligent and you mean something, and you don't have to second guess yourself anymore. You don't have to
Yes.
have that lack of confidence. You can walk in your purpose unapologetically. You owe that to yourself. So that's
Yes.
what I try to tell you when I say love yourself. Love yourself on every single level. Love
Every
yourself enough to
single.
say no. Love yourself enough to bring something towards you that you deserve. Love yourself enough to claim it and manifest it. Manifest that house, manifest that business, manifest that promotion, manifest that good credit, good health, that good relationship, that husband,
Yes.
whatever it is you want in your
Yes.
life, better connections with your friends, family, your children. Manifest it. Love yourself enough to know that everything that you want, it's at your fingertips. I said it all the
Yes.
time. And there's no other Brandii, there's no other Sharonda, and that is
Yes.
enough reason to count everything all joy, because you
All
are
joy.
unique and you need to
Yes.
manifest it, because you are a queen and you can whatever you want. There's
Yes.
no dream too
Anything.
big. There's nothing too big.
None.
And
None
you
too
can you
big.
can have that. So just love yourself to know that you're worthy and you can have
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
thank you again, Brandii, and thank you to everyone that will
Thank
view and
y'all so
listen to this
much.
conversation. Thank you again for tuning into the Go Queen Brand podcast, the Q Chat, and make sure you go love yourself.